Well, it's raining over here in Seattle and expected to rain throughout the game tonight. That's why I'm here to produce the Seahawks radio network. Talk more about that coming up. First of all, the Mariners are in New York to take on the Mets and hope to break a 2-game losing streak. They tried it for a comeback after a long rain delay yesterday. Julio Rodriguez with a 2-run home run, but not quite enough.
Sagano's having a pitch comm issue now. Julio Rodriguez is talking to Austin Jones.
Well, when the dirt starts getting wet.
Now here comes Mike Malinsky. He just called for the ground screw. That was a really weird situation. Now Drew French is coming out to talk to Sagano, but the game's going to be halted. I don't know. Well, let's see. Here comes the tarp. Wasn't sure if this was just a ground screw working on the field, try to get through a quick storm, but they are going to tarp the field here, the ground screw, after we just stood around and had some lovely conversations for 4 or 5 minutes.
Here's the pitch. Swung on. That is blasted right field. It is deep. It is gone. Julio, a 2-run home run right after the rain delay. And the Mariners, just like that, with one swing, down just 3. That's a way to restart for Julio.
Now we're glad that they paused the game and didn't let him hit in the driving rain. That was a blast to right center field as Julio gets the Triton there in the dugout. But against this O's bullpen, you're feeling good, and now they're feeling obviously even better.
So after the 5-3 final, the Mariners move on to New York. They'll actually be in Williamsport to play a game this weekend as well. It's kind of fun, so you can watch for that on the Major League Baseball Network. Meanwhile, the Mariners were the only team in action yesterday at as far as the American League West is concerned, as they fall 1.5 games behind the Houston Astros. Houston, by the way, taking on Baltimore in the first of a weekend series. So Mariners are hoping Baltimore will stay hot and continue to beat a team from the American League West. Meanwhile, the Seahawks are preparing for their second preseason game tonight here at Lumen Field against the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, the gang are here and expected to play tonight. In fact, Sam Darnold, Cooper Kupp, and the Seahawks #1s also expected to play tonight. Had a chance at a production meeting yesterday to talk with Coach Clint Kubiak about his offense. He said, of course, they want to be run first, and maybe a night like this with rain falling will be a good test for that Seahawks offense. Meanwhile, for the defensive side of the ball, it's about trying to get playing time for all these playmakers. Adnan Durde joined us yesterday in that pre-production meeting to talk about the defense and talk about what he hopes to achieve as far as making milestones. He said his favorite play from last weekend was the 2 penalties against the defense following interceptions where everybody came into the end zone to celebrate. He says, we're not going to do that anymore, but he liked to see the spirit and the guys supporting each other. Seahawks and Chiefs tonight, 7 o'clock. It'll be on King 5 TV, or if you want to listen to the Seahawks Radio Network, I'll be behind the scenes with Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman and Jen Mueller, and a special guest in the booth today, comedian Adam Ray. Should be kind of interesting broadcast. Well, for the second time in franchise history, the Bellingham Bells are the West Coast League champions. Ed Knaggs, the former AppleSox skipper, took them to the championship last night. In Portland, it was a back-and-forth ball game. Bellingham getting on the board first in the top of the 4th inning.
2-1 golf to left. Will it stay fair? It will, into the Pickles bullpen, and we've got our... Yeah, okay, sorry, Gary. I thought you threw up the foul side. My bad. That was gone. Nate Kirkpatrick, 321 feet out to left field. 2-2 on its way. Bouncer to second, or short, 2nd to 1, relay to first. Not in time. Run comes in to score on the fielder's choice. Aiden Aguayo in. Look back. The 1. Hit up the middle, into center for a base hit. Round to the bag at third. Bryson Glasgow, the throw comes back in. Raise the Jazz! Stroop has worked the count full. Here's 3-2 runner goes, swung on and missed. Grafton Stroop strikes out swinging on a 91-mile-an-hour pitch at the top of the zone, and your Bellingham Bells are the 2025 West Coast League champions.
So they hold on for the win. 2-1 the final as Bellingham claims their first championship of the West Coast League since 2014. Well, fans are going to have a lot to cheer about this weekend at Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval with the monster trucks in town. Jeremy Anders joined Dan Kuntz on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley to talk about the monster trucks' return after such a big layoff.
Some things lined up perfectly this year to bring back monster trucks for the first time to the track in 7 years, and we're excited about it. We got a full slate of monster trucks this weekend, so we're just trying to just pack as much stuff as we can into one season and make it a big one and hopefully carry momentum to next year.
Do the monster trucks do a circuit, so you have to be able to get them when they have a weekend that's available and they're somewhere in our area?
And a lot of these tracks and fairgrounds and facilities have had the monster trucks every year in the same weekend for so long. So when he called us and said there was a weekend available, it kind of just worked out. And it's like, there's 2 weekends I have open between April 1st and this, and it's like, okay, well, we looked at our schedule and said, okay, well, let's do this one here, and it's going to work out great. They travel all over the West Coast, the group that we have here, so we're excited to have them here.
Fans will see the monster trucks at Leonard Evans and also other locations, and if you head to the track tonight or tomorrow for the racing, you have a chance to ride in one.
We have at Martin's Marketplace out in Cashmere, BJ's on Sunset Highway, and then we have them on the corner of Grant Road and Highway 28 that is over there across from Fred Meyer. So they're all over the valley. Not just a few of them. We have more that are coming in. That'll come in Friday. They did a show this last weekend, so they sometimes have to take a truck home and do maintenance on it and change things around like that. So they got a full slate of monster trucks to jump. They're also bringing 2 monster trucks, and you get to ride in a monster truck. So they have 2 ride trucks that you actually get to take rides around the track in. So we have a fan fest each day at 5 to 6 o'clock. You can go down the track, ride in a monster truck. I think it's $10 a person, and they'll have it after the show as well. So not very often you say you get to ride in a monster truck, and it's a full-size monster truck, big motor. I don't know if they don't get to go off like full speed jumps, but they still get a little fun.
Gates open at 4:30. The racing gets underway at 6, both tonight and tomorrow night at WVSO. Go to WVSO.com for tickets and more information. We've got the junior Seagals, or the Seahawks cheerleaders, that are practicing behind me as they get ready for the game tonight. As Kansas City comes calling, 7 o'clock game time on King 5. I'll have a complete report coming up Monday on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Here at Lumen Field, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. Have a great weekend.